6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. Y'all, I got another video for y'all. This is talking about Hailey Van Lith entering the transfer portal. Let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, as I just said, repeat as always, Hailey Van Lith entering the transfer portal. I don't like this, in my opinion. Not because I'm not sure that she'll fit somewhere else or anywhere else. I don't like it because it's a bad look. One, it's a bad look. And it's kind of like what the old heads are talking about. Like, I think Dame had said something about kids transferring, going to 3 schools in 4 years, or 4 schools in 4 years, or shit like that. And it's a bad look. Now, I'll get to why she might have transferred and why I understand her transferring, because I see both sides from it. And this is nothing personal, not a knock on Hailey Van Lith at all. I really enjoy her game. From a little bit of like the interviews and the post-game pressers and pre-game pressers, she seems like a nice young woman and very, very down to earth, good person. So not a knock on her. But why I don't like this and why I say it's a bad look is because now it kind of looks like you were just pulling DeMarcus Cousins, if you will. And you know, and when I say that, to those that don't know, I'm referring to when DeMarcus Cousins went to the Warriors, and that was a godly lineup with Steph, Clay, KD, Dre, and DeMarcus Cousins. Like, you know, DeMarcus Cousins was chasing that ring, but I don't blame him. And that's not a knock on DeMarcus Cousins. That nigga have me dying. But it just looks like you were chasing a ring. You know what I'm saying? I already kind of felt that way as soon as she announced, you know, that she was going to LSU after entering the transfer portal when she was in Louisville. But I understand why she didn't want to be in Louisville, because, you know, you look around and you're going to need some help. You know what I'm saying? And in the ACC, it was the same thing that I was saying in my Kelly Harper, the ACC. Did I say SEC or ACC? I meant the ACC if I said the SEC. But it was the same thing that I was saying in my Kelly Harper video, where it's like, you know, Tennessee's a good team, but, you know, what are we supposed to do up against South Carolina or LSU? You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with Van Lith. So I understand her moving in the ACC at the time, because, you know, what are we supposed to do? At that time, it's like, what are we doing? I don't have enough to really compete or win these games against a Virginia Tech. I don't have enough to compete or win these games against a Duke, against a North Carolina, against a NC State. So I understand why she transferred. But it just, for you to leave the year after, it looks as if you were really just chasing a ring and you know what I'm saying, chasing not a ring, because this college, chasing a national championship. So it's a bad look on that part. And also, I feel as if it's a bad look because she didn't really give it time. I feel like if she was to stay, because Angel Reese declared for the draft, I was going to make a video about it, but, you know, congrats to her, and I wish her the best. Also, another gorgeous young woman who, you know, is a good person, regardless of what these articles and these stories tell you. And however they try to paint, you know, but they always try to do that to young black women, confident young black women. So it is what it is. But with Angel Reese, I feel like with Angel Reese declaring for the draft, it makes it to where this is Hailey Van Lith's team. And I feel as if it would have been her, Michaela Williams, and Flage's team. Really her and Flage, with Michaela Williams being that kind of third role kind of scorer, in my opinion. That's also why I don't like it, is because it's like, with the team dynamic that was in place this year, it was too many options. And Hailey Van Lith, to me, she's not a true point guard. Respectfully, she's a scorer. She's really a 2. She's an undersized 2, in my opinion. You know, she can facilitate, and the attention that she brings, it's kind of like when you watch her at Louisville. If you guys watch her at Louisville, it's like she can facilitate, but she facilitated because it's a Caitlin Clark kind of ideal, where the defense has all their eyes on you and all the tensions on you. So, oh, my teammate can get a backdoor cut. Oh, my teammate can can do this. They can do, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many eyes and so much attention on the ball and on me. So it's like she can facilitate, but I don't feel like LSU was using her right because, you know, Kim Mulkey was using her as a true point guard, and she's not a true point guard to me. She's a two. She's a scorer. So that's also why I feel like it didn't go well, because LSU, in my opinion, wasn't really using her right. It honestly would have been a smart idea if they had, you know, in my opinion, it would have been more successful for LSU to do what the University of Kentucky men's is doing. Can Rob Dillingham could have been a great 1-2 punch with, you know, him and DJ Wagner. Well, DJ Wagner pretty much struggled. Respect to him. But he could have been like a 1-2 punch with Reed Shepherd or with Antonio Reeves, you know, a triple threat kind of ordeal. But Coach Cal's like, hey, we got options. So we'll let them do what they do in the starting lineup between DJ and Reed and Reeves. But you know what I'm saying? You come off the bench, and when you come off the bench, it's your time, and you've seen that. So I feel as if that's what LSU should have done with Hailey Van Lith. They should have made it to where, hey, we know that you're capable of being a starter, but that shit really doesn't matter to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know you're capable of being that person. We've seen you have the keys to the car of a team before. So now do me a favor, and we'll let Michaela take your starting spot, or we'll put, it doesn't even fucking matter. We'll let Leicester Poe take your starting spot for defensive purposes, and she'll play, and Flage, and we could really center the offense. She should have done the same thing. In my opinion, that's what I would have done too. Also with Anissa Morrow, another, yet again, I hate to keep repeating myself, but another gorgeous young black woman. Good person. I wish the media knew how to pronounce her name. It fucking pisses me off, but that's the same thing I would have done with Anissa. Anissa's a scorer, and Anissa's a beast. We saw when Angel was out, you know, earlier in the season, we've seen Anissa take over. Well, I don't know if y'all watch the games, but I've seen Anissa take over games, you know, when LSU was battling and fighting injuries earlier in the season. So if I'm Kim Mulkey, that's how I'm building the depth chart. Like, hey, the starters can be Leicester Poe or Michaela Williams with Flage at the 2, you know, and whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whoever at the 3, whoever at the 4, and Angel Reese. And our offense is going to be based around Flage creating or getting Angel Reese touches inside. And then off the bench, that second unit could be monstrous as well. And it'll be the same thing with running the offense through Hailey Van Lith and Anissa Morrow. Is what would have been smarter to me. But trying to turn her into a true point guard and, you know, making Anissa Morrow a role player, which she can be. She's very versatile, but she really is a scorer at heart. Even back in the DePaul days, I watched her earlier in her career. She really, you know, did a lot for that DePaul team in the scoring department. So that's how I would have done it. But, you know, I'm just a random nigga. When I always have these conversations, I always have to preface this with, I'm just a random nigga, and I'm on my couch. Well, I'm actually in my closet right now because it sounds better to make these videos, but I'm at home, and I'm not the coach of LSU. Kim Mulkey is, so that has nothing to do with me. Anyway, so yeah, I just feel like they didn't use her right, and it looks bad because it kind of looks like she was just chasing a natty, which she was, and that's fine. But now to transfer again and not give it time. And it's like, at this point, where are you going to go? If you end up going to a team like, you know what I'm saying? If she went to LSU, where I don't know. I just don't know where she's going to go. I mean, I'll probably make an updated video when she decides where she wants to go and she commits somewhere. But, you know, if she's pretty much going to get flack if she goes to anywhere, you know, where they're already in have been championship caliber or are about to be championship Final Four type caliber. She's going to get flack. And that's something as well, you know, after the Elite Eight game against Iowa, where she was getting so much flack for, you know, her defense on Caitlin Clark. I think she wasn't really able to handle that. I don't know, and I don't know her personally. This is just my guess, and this is my assumption. I don't think personally she was able to handle the media, because she was not only trending on Twitter, but that same night, every single video on my TikTok was strictly about her and, Caitlin Clark dropping 40 on her and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't think that she was able to take and deal with scrutiny on that level. Was she scrutinized at Louisville? Not really. And if she was, I'm not a Cards fan. I didn't watch too much Louisville basketball. I mean, I did. I seen a couple games, but I didn't watch enough to, be for real, to really speak on this, to really speak on her career at Louisville. But even if she was scrutinized, it wasn't to the point of how it is at LSU. But it's like, those that Flage know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Angel Reese know what it is. Anissa know what it is. They know what it is. They were put, as soon as Angel did the John Cena in front of Caitlin Clark, they knew what the next season was going to be like. And yes, she ended up, it was a full range of emotions at the end of the season when Angel, burst out in tears. But it's like the media is being the media, and, misogynistic white men are being misogynistic white men and racist as well. So that gets to you. And not to mention you're playing the last game of your career, but for the most part, they knew what it was, and they kept themselves together as long as they could. Bless all their hearts. But I mean, we'll see what happens with Hailey Van Lith. I wish her the best, honestly. And like, to me too, that really wasn't her fault. Like, everyone puts the flack on her, but to me, I feel like we're not giving Kim Mulkey enough credit. And I respect Kim Mulkey as a player, as a coach, as a woman, even though I don't know her as personally or anything like that, but I respect her. But I feel like we're not giving her enough flack for that Iowa game to have Hailey Van Lith on Caitlin Clark was questionable. And then not only that, to have her on Caitlin Clark until literally the 3-minute mark, I'm looking at you like you didn't really want to win the game. Is how I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm a random nigga. Don't forget, guys, I'm a nobody. So it is what it is. But that's just my opinion. But like I said, I wish her the best. I'll probably come with an updated video to, whenever she commits, to see how she fits into that system. Maybe, what it looks like. But yeah, like I said, peace and love to Hailey Van Lith. I wish her the best, and I hope she makes a good decision for herself in the transfer portal. But that's the end of this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this to the players, the teams, your friends. I don't give a fuck. I'm out.